Hey everybody, welcome back to Late Night Snack. So glad you could
Hey!
join us. Tonight we will be discussing RuPaul's Drag Race All-Star Season 5, Episode 4. And it was called SheMZ, which is, for anybody who doesn't get it, it's a little play on words. It's a little pun on TMZ. So they did a TMZ skit, and we'll discuss that. With all of that, let's go ahead and introduce ourselves. I am your beautiful host, Irish Melly. Right up where? This way. Right up here is the beautiful Duwanda. And then
Hi, everybody!
right up here is that guy. I think he's here.
Yeah.
He's back
There he
from the
is.
dead.
I've risen from the dead.
Back from the dead.
I've risen from the dead. This episode killed me.
So we have just finished watching RuPaul's Drag Race All-Star Season 5, Episode 4, SheMZ, just like I'm sure a lot of you have or you will be later. So just so you know, right now, spoiler alert. So if you guys haven't seen the episode,
Spoiler
go
alert.
watch it. Go watch it. That's your only warning. And with that being said, Mike, let's go ahead and jump in.
Oh, the only thing that saved this episode was that lip sync at the end. This episode sucked. Oh, I hated every minute.
I liked the episode. I don't think it sucked.
Okay, so we'll recap really quick. They come in, of course, blah, 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 the same thing they always do about the mirror, and they start talking about something interesting. That I got to look at the stats, and I'm not sure, but they talk about how,
they were talking about the wins versus...
Yeah, that if you won the week before, you were in the bottom two the next week. So I got to think about that. So, did SheMZ start? Yeah, it starts. Huh? Episode 4. Yeah, who's Choppy Top? Well, go ahead, Choppy Top. Hello, welcome to the show.
Welcome.
So they start talking. They did that assessment. So Jujubee was like, I ain't gonna be in the bottom two this week. Anyway, to the teams is gonna be they're gonna do an improv filming show, basically a mock TMZ kind of show, and
they each got a little character to play, and TMZ was, or SheMZ cameraman Ross followed them around and filmed them doing their scenes, which I really enjoyed. I thought it was hilarious.
The only parts that I thought were we'll get there. The teams were Shay and Alexis, and then you had.
Let's just mention the tension right there because. Alexis had voted Shay out the week before, and there was only 2 votes for Shay, and one was Alexis.
Yeah, they revealed lipsticks in the beginning of the episode, just like they always do. And Shay, there was 2 votes for Shay, and one of them was Alexis. And so, Strappy, if you've not seen the episode, we're going to spoil it. We just watched it live on VH1, so we're spoiling it. If you haven't seen it yet.
So if you want to be spoiled, you might want to leave now.
Stay for the fun.
So the Shay took it very personally that Alexis voted for her. Shay was like, what the hell? Yeah, and
she was pissed. She
wouldn't let it go. Shay would not let it go. It's like she wouldn't. The other one that voted for her, who was the other one that voted for her? Wasn't it?
No. Wasn't it Mayhem? Mayhem.
Oh, Mayhem. Yeah, that's right. Because she didn't want to vote against her friend. Yeah.
Right.
And it was okay with that.
Supposedly. We know they were trying to work to get the main competition out of the game. That's what they were trying to work there.
Yeah. That's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah, she was.
Well, yes and no, depending on your strategy.
She was okay with Mayhem, but she sure took Alexis real hard. And then, of course, Alexis and her are paired up as partners to do the challenge together. They're trying to set up another little feud that's just not working. It's like, stop forcing these things on people. Just let them be who they are.
Yeah, they seem to get along too well.
Let it become natural.
It was so TV forced. It was so reality forced. Anyway, so you had that team. Then you had a trio team. You had Blair, Cracker, and Jujubee. And again, they're trying to really hone in on the Cracker versus Blair little feud as well.
Oh my God! And poor Jujubee right in the middle. They're just kind of like, what?
I tell you, hi, Shabby. When they started going in on Cracker right away, when they sat down with the challenge and they started letting Cracker talk and saying how she feels about everything. Right there was where they started crafting Cracker's win. And they're basically kind of showing this girl who wasn't liked in the beginning, who is really unsure of herself. She's playing kind of little meek, I'm gonna kick ass. but is playing games the whole time. That edit was showing her playing games, messing with Blair's mind, and everything like that. So they're really they're putting her up to be villainess, but also come from behind and redeem herself and take the win. So I'm telling you, Cracker's going to go to the end unless these girls vote her out.
Cracker was straight trying to stir up some controversy, wasn't she?
Yep. And then you had the other team was Mayhem and India Farrow. Yeah. So first team one, Shay and Alexis, they did a Real Housewives kind of take, and
it was hilarious. It really was.
But they were really enemies, and they were very condescending and very fake and whatever. That was
which is funny because we know because of that tension that they had that it was real. Yeah, so they were really throwing shade at each other, but still going, "Oh, girl, you my friend." Right.
Okay, so the problem I have with this challenge is, first off, all of them sitting in that room with Carson as guys was absolutely obnoxious. It was supposed
to be. Have you ever watched TMZ?
Oh God, they could have done that for 1 second and it would have been fine. They spent just as much time with that room as they did the filming challenge. This challenge just went on way too long.
No, I agree. The scene with the guys with them as guys was a little bit long-winded, but it was hilarious just to see them play characters.
Because if you go back and you look at it, what they did is every challenge, the guy version of their drag queen had to comment on how hot that drag queen was.
Right.
In the most, and so you had to go through all,
like you said, the most obnoxious way too, because one of them was like, "Oh, she's so fun."
Like Carson, all of the airtime that Carson and Ross are getting in these challenges is like competing. And so I was just really, it started to get really, really obnoxious and really old, really fast. Especially when they cut back to Shay and Alexis, like the 5th time, is like cut back to them. I'm like, this is never going to end. We still have 2 more teams. And it was going on and on and on. That
Alexis and Shay did take a long time.
It was just like, God. So then
they definitely got a lot more airtime.
Yeah, they were fine together. They were fine, absolutely, just their little things, except for Ross cutting in every 2 seconds.
Right.
Which all of it wasn't bad. Some of it was funny.
The trio was performance was really confusing. Huh?
Some of it was fun. Not all of it.
Some of it was funny. The questions asked and stuff. Some of them were funny, but it was a little bit overly like he's getting too much camera time here.
Ross, you're not on the show. Stop. And then the trio storyline was really hard to follow. It was really strange. It was like, okay, so you have the team. The mother was trying to be like a stage mother and trying to get the daughter onto a show, and Cracker was like the show
into a drag show,
steal and cheat, and then they ended up being lovers at the end, and
it was a little weird,
but not as bad as Mayhem and India. And if these girls think that was good, they're fucking cool.
It was funny. It was slightly funny though. It really was, but it was funny to see how horrible it was. You know what I mean? I mean, some of the lines were funny, but the acting and everything was just horrible.
When India broke out that licking thing, it was like,
yes. Oh, she licked the ground, you guys. India licked the ground.
It's like, that's desperation. And then they had your liquor too.
I'm gonna have to go back and I missed that part. I'm gonna have to go back.
Yeah, you turned around right when she was licking the ground. I'm like, Dawn, turn around.
I know. I missed it.
Was so gross.
I totally missed it.
It was weird.
But it's all right. I'll still see it again.
Because we started with licking her hand, and then they started licking on each other, and then she licked the ground, and I'm like, what?
India licked that and the Mayhem comes in. It's like, what did that have to do with anything that you guys were just doing? The storylines didn't match at all. So that's why I was like, they thought they did so good and they were so in character. I'm like, you almost were stupid.
It was funny at first. I liked the whole setup about the shoplifting thing and being caught. Like that was funny, and she's a serial shoplifter. It just made me think back to like Winona Ryder.
Correct.
And I was like, okay, this is funny. But then the licking thing started, and it was just off the wall weird. Like I was uncomfortable watching it.
Where Mayhem screwed it up was she didn't come out as that spastic, crazy, angry black lady, the store owner that was her role. Yeah. She was supposed to be this furious store owner. And Mayhem just didn't go there. And so India, out of some weird desperation, pulls out something and starts licking it. And I was like, what?
Yeah,
So,
do you think that was planned or was
I
that just improvised?
it had to be planned because she had no, she could have had the vases because of the whole shoplifting thing.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know.
Right.
I hope it was improvised, because if they planned that and thought they were going to win with that,
Yeah, it seemed desperate, really desperate.
it really was. It was. Oh God, were they thirsty?
So,
yeah. And needless to say, they end up
so
on the
then
bottom.
we go to so then we go to the and so then we go to the runway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Runway's camouflage.
The runway
Yeah.
was
no. There's nothing that stood out on the runway this week. Nothing. I mean, they were all like,
no,
okay. It was
not
just
really.
weird. This whole episode was just kind of off. But then we get the lip sync, and let me tell you, that lip sync is going to go down in top tens all over the place. That lip sync,
that was just magnifique. Oh God, was that enjoyable?
That showed you two people who connected there on the stage and was really able to work with each other and just
They played off each other well.
They were doing things that like where their bodies were interacting and not tripping all over each other. They when she was doing the skip rope thing when was spinning around, it was neat. It was
impressive for it not even being rehearsed, because they didn't know who the assassin was.
Right. That lip sync will be watched over and over again.
Right.
Anyway, Cracker wins.
Now,
Cracker
in case anyone doesn't know, who is in the bottom two, Michael?
Huh? Season 2, Morgan McMichaels. That's Mayhem Miller's best friend.
No, season 3.
Season.
Michaels is 3.
Season 3.
No, 3 All-Star. Season 3 All-Star.
Yeah. Season 2 was the regular season. Yeah, season 2 was the regular season.
Okay.
She may have been season 3.
Who was in the bottom 2, Michael? For anybody who doesn't know,
it was Cracker and bottom 2.
Bottom 2.
Mayhem and India.
Mayhem in India for the licking.
Yeah, they were in the bottom 2. And
but our winner was Cracker, obviously, because she went and did the lip sync.
It was interesting that Morgan was the assassin when Morgan and Mayhem are best friends. And I tell you, there's a YouTube show called Hey Queen. If you've never seen it, with Johnny McGovern, he interviews all the Rude girls and everything. Mayhem and Morgan were on one show, and they tell this story that I can never stop laughing about. It's a story about how Mayhem shit herself in the car when Morgan was driving. It is absolutely hilarious. Oh my God. You have to go check it out.
You know, your best friend has aired your dirtiest secret or your nastiest secret on national TV.
Rolling on the floor. Oh my God, so infectious. It's great. Anyway, they're really close. And they've been like best friends for like 20 years. So it's just.
Yeah, like 20 something years.
I called the Mayhem elimination like in the first segment. I was like, Mayhem's going home.
We all knew Mayhem was going home. It was her time.
Yeah. The thing they did was Mayhem started talking about how she now feels right in the competition. She's gaining her confidence. She feels better. Okay, that's famous words.
Right there.
Number
You're gone.
2, they gave her moment, her show moment with the whole being arrested thing. You know, she told a story about how she had a couple DUIs and was arrested in drag, spent some time in jail, and it was like one of those big soppy, I bleed my heart out to you moments. They always go home. They usually always go home on those moments, and so they gave her that moment, and then she had the famous words, "I feel good about my challenge, and I did better, and we may be in the top, and blah blah." It's okay.
He was overly confident for that shit. Like, wow.
So in the lip sync, we had a tie, and in All Stars, the rules are in All Stars because there's 2 lip syncs that are there that whoever each person's lipstick that they're holding can go home in a tie.
So we ended up with a possible 2.
Yeah, if one reason you had India and Mayhem, they would have both gone home. But both lipsticks read Mayhem tonight, and only Mayhem went home. So India is still in the competition.
And we'll see the lipsticks next week when they reveal them. But I guarantee you, I don't think anybody didn't vote for Mayhem.
I think it was a landslide.
Well, maybe Mayhem. She wouldn't have voted for herself. I hope not. But so that'll be the one that we'll see.
I hope not.
And one thing I noticed,
you've seen people give up and quit, right?
One thing I noticed tonight.
I was just going to say, speaking of which, if you guys haven't checked it out, we do have a top 10 RuPaul's Drag Race quit/give ups. If you guys want to check that out, go ahead to our page and check that out.
There is I noticed for the first time people have been talking about it. I've been seeing it in forums and people mentioning it. I'm like, I really don't get that feel until tonight. Is when they're voting, it's straight out of Survivor. I mean,
Yeah.
it is absolutely just the way it's filmed.
The way that
cut it.
they're doing this now, yeah, and like you said, the way it's filmed, it's totally Survivor. I mean, so any type of show like that with like the intense elimination at the end and the backstabbing, like
When they're
definitely
going
something
to
like that.
the lipstick in, it's just like writing the parchment and putting the parchment in there, and even the way they edit it, it's exactly the same. So
Who is
I
the parent company that could tell us?
like to edit. Untucked is absolutely useless this year. I mean, I've stopped watching Untucked because it's about the assassin and it's about the guest judges. It's like it never has anything dirt with the queens anymore. Like maybe one segment. And it's like,
and it's not even good dirt. There's no good tea for us to get.
So overproduced.
And
yeah,
and I do want to bring up one more thing before we go. We still have our fundraiser going on for the Trevor Project.
Yes, we do.
Going on until July 10th. So anyone who wishes to donate, please do so. Everything will go directly towards the Trevor Project, which is a charity that is very near and dear to our hearts. Not only because RuPaul covers it, but because it's an incredible charity that's going to help many people out there that need
save many lives
in many ways.
Yes.
So it's there on the Facebook page.
So the
link is in the description of this video, you guys.
In the description below the video. If you can donate, that would be wonderful. Even if you can't, share it. Share the link with anyone you think might want to donate.
Yes.
Because every little bit helps in this matter. So just wanted to throw that out there.
Absolutely.
Before we leave.
Real quick, one of the day is we're still on our Celtic calendar. This is the Vine wand. It's got Dolores Umbridge's handle and just a regular magic stick kind of thing. This is September's wand. So September 2nd through the 29th. So any of you guys September birthdays or whatever, that's your deal. September.
So with that is the end of our show.
Next week is Snatch Game, but it's not Snatch Game. It's going to be the dating game again.
The dating Snatch Game. We'll have fun covering that next week.
We'll have fun covering it anyway.
Yep. All right.
But if you guys haven't liked already, please go ahead and hit that thumbs up. Like the video. YouTube takes us way too seriously for some reason. And if you haven't subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe and hit the little notification bell so that you're notified every single time that we upload or go live. And make sure that you guys leave a comment down below. Tell us who you thought was going home tonight. Did you think it was going to be Mayhem? Did you call it at the beginning like we did? Or did you think it was going to be somebody else?
I did.
With that being said, we love you. We love you for being here. We'll see you guys in the next one. Good night.
Take care, guys. Good night.
#NakedHarry.
Go home.